So I know a lot of Falcon fans are probably upset, but it's like it just come down to execution, man. It's like when you playing a Super Bowl champion like this, every little thing matters. Every little miss assignment, every little drop interceptions, every route you did not run particularly well, you're giving up on because you think you're gonna get a flag. Like everything came to bite the Atlanta Falcons and the behind in this situation. So uh Kev, you want to kind of start out? You got anything on your mind? You want?
Um, this game right here, essentially, it just came down to making plays when they need to. And unfortunately, we had a few moments where you just didn't make the plays that you needed to be made. Like you said, first half, the tackling for the Falcons was atrocious. Um, th- and I'd have to definitely give a shout out to Don for this one, but he called it when it happened. He said he hoped that them not taking those 3 points didn't come back to bite him in the ass, and that's exactly what ended up happening.
Hmm.
Cause like I said, the thing about it is, I know a lot of people gonna be talking about refs and stick. I'm not worried about that. You make the plays you supposed to make. I mean, like I said, we still talk about that, but my focus is on you got to make the plays when they need to be made.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take the points. You got to
Right.
tackle.
It's
And
small, small,
that's all.
the small
Yeah.
intricate details of football where basically when you playing against a Super Bowl team, that's chess, not checkers. You get
Hmm.
everything you can get. And what we're seeing is a Falcons team that's getting better, but they have to learn to capitalize on every opportunity that they get, no matter how big, no matter how small.
Right.
And
That's what I saw.
Right. I kind of felt like they was doing too much stuff laterally
yeah, bruh, I
in
can't
this game.
stand. Yeah, here's me. This is just personally me. I don't like lateral plays on fourth and inches or anything in the red zone because until you get until your team can get to the point where it's good enough to do misdirection and switch it up on go north and south. But that's neither here nor there. You still got to take every opportunity that the other team gives you. Period. You got
Hmm.
to, especially when you're playing a coach like Andy Reid, because he's going to make you play. And what it and if you look at it, it's an experienced Andy Reid versus then I'm still gonna call him inexperienced as far as coaching Raheem Morris. You got to because and I said this earlier in the chat. Raheem Morris is learning what Andy Reid then forgot. That's just what it is. That's what it is. You ain't gotta agree, but that's what it is. So when that happens, discipline, small details, and making good on your opportunities. That's what's gonna win these games. Now, I've seen some people in the comment section talking about the refs. Yes, and I said it, and I'm gonna say it again. The Falcons are gonna have to play the refs the whole season, but that comes down to being disciplined enough to get these opportunities when you get them.
If you worried about the refs, look, man, I'm
Right.
gonna say something unpopular, but the Chiefs deserve to get every call. They deserve to get every freaking call. When you the Super Bowl champs, you deserve it. Okay, let's stop. When you paid your fucking dues and you done beat every team and you done host it up that Lombardi, you deserve to get every freaking call. So all this whining and crying and bitching and complaining about the refs and all that. We already knew what it was gonna be. This ain't look. They the Super Bowl freaking champion. They had the best quarterback in the fucking world. What else do y'all thought it was gonna be? Y'all thought they were gonna call the game? Down, look, they do this for every top quarterback, every top team. All the top teams get all the best calls. This ain't nothing new to any sport. Greg Maddux get we know when Greg Maddux throw that two seam fastball inside, even if it's close, he gonna get the close calls. This is what champions get. They get all the best calls. They get all the best they get everything. So what I'm upset more again, this is why I stated from the very beginning, you can't turn the ball over. This dude Patrick Mahomes from the very beginning knew the Atlanta Falcons were not trying to give up that deep pass. And what did he do, Kev?
Took what the defense gave him.
And he didn't do anything outside of that. That's right there what we talking about, smart, intelligent quarterback. You look, if they giving you 5 to 10 yards, you keep on, and they held the ball for damn near 30 minutes, 35 minutes, bro. We up here talking about these opportunities. Yeah, our team is that good that we gave ourselves another opportunity after another opportunity after another opportunity. We did that. But at the end of the day, we had several opportunities. It was coaching mistakes and it was player mistakes. Look, Bijan didn't have the game that we thought. Drake didn't have the game we thought. We didn't get the call for Kyle Pitts. Look, we lost 2 damn good offensive linemen. Like, we can keep going on and on and on and on and on. But at the end of the day, you got to make the plays when it matters. We got to make the plays when it matters. We didn't make the right play. He got out coached by legendary. This man, one of the greatest offensive minds in NFL history. And Andy Reid, you got out coached.
I mean, that's gonna happen. It's going to happen. It's happened to Belichick when he first got started. It happened to Andy Reid when he first got started. You're gonna get out coached by somebody better than you. That's just the way it goes. Right. That's how you get better. You can't get away from that. So if you mad, if you mad that we got out coached by Andy Reid, I mean, you gotta take your hat off to it. We held them to 22 points for 2 quarters. It could have. Look. Put it like this.
This right here. Deuce the Dunn right here. Bates literally dropped an interception that could have been like we never know what he could. And I think he could have had a pick. I think he could have had a pick.
He undercut a deep post route that was going to Xavier Worthy.
But let me put this into perspective, and I know this is gonna piss a lot of people off. Do y'all not understand right now? If they would have had their full roster, we would have got our asses handed to us.
Yeah. We would toe to toe with the champions, man. And we know that Philadelphia is a good team too because of what they did to quote unquote the Saints. Look, they handed them. So we were toe to toe with some of the best teams in the NFL. This is something positive to look up. No, we didn't get the result that we did, and we could have. But like I said, these are the things that we're talking about. Going for that 3 points. Going for the 3 points is what could have been the difference in this game.
See, this right here is what I call blatant. This is what you call just blatant calling the game wrong. Because if our running game sucked, we wouldn't have been within 3 points of Kansas City. Let's make that clear. A good portion of the game had to be run. Why? Because we lost 2 offensive linemen. And once the offensive linemen calmed down, Kirk was able to throw the ball again. Let's stop with all this blanket stuff. No, because if the run game didn't work, we would have had those 17 points.
Let me look again. This right here is what we talking about. We can't focus on one particular player, even 2 particular. We literally just named 3 players in this situation where it could have turned the tide, and we didn't do that. It's not just Raheem and that one call to go inside, outside. Whether it was inside and outside, and we had the same result, who would be saying we have a built-in excuse for that.
It's
We didn't get it done.
it's small instances across the entire game that end up to what we had. Because think about it, if those little instances like the drop passes or the penalties, or you know what I'm saying, or even if the calls, every little thing happened in that game to end up to this right here, we would have been far ahead of where we were in terms of scoring. Let's be real. But it didn't go that way, and we played a good game. You can be mad about the outcome, but we played a good damn game because it could have been 0-22.
The strength of that Kansas City defense is actually in the middle. So I actually thought that was the smart thing to do, because one, we're down our top center, and he's one of the best centers in the run game, and Drew Dahlman, and then another guy on the right side. This is another thing we talk about, Caleb McGeary. This is another one of those instances where we saw why Falcons paid him so much money. It's because this dude, like, he's a top offensive lineman in the game. And we saw what happened was when Storm Norton, but they start just that's when they sent the house. Soon they saw Storm Norton, Ryan Newsom, care what they do.
But the motherfuckers said, "Oh man, I'm ready to eat."
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they
And
said
that's all they did was they was stunt blitz and Storm Norton. Storm Norton couldn't catch up. They double A gap blitz got there Ryan Newsom. And that's where all that pressure was coming from.
I mean, if you look at that sack, Kirk had four guys on him. Four. When the last time y'all seen four men get him at one time? This is
Mm-hmm.
the first time all season they did that to him. So that lets you know. I mean, listen, we all knew, and y'all got to be honest with yourself. We all knew coming into this season when we seen this when we seen the schedule, we knew playing Kansas City was going to be an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because again, you have a new coaching staff, a new veteran quarterback that's in a new system that has to gel with new guys. It doesn't matter what they threw at it. It was an uphill battle from the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of what they did of holding their own against them in this position with two men missing.
Bro, we literally 5 points away from a Super Bowl, defeating the Super Bowl champions. You don't think I'm proud of this shit? If you really that upset because you lost to the Chiefs, maybe you're not a football fan. Because I'm proud. Because this Arthur Smith team wouldn't have been this close.
Yeah,
Let's keep that real.
especially not with two linemen down. Oh no.
He had no clue on what to do. That
Look,
man on that pass in the middle of the field where Kurt kind of didn't get that, y'all. The man could not step up in the pocket because they kept sending the blitz. They kept getting pressure up the middle. That's why all those passes kept dropping short. It's not the fact, if you ever played quarterback position and had 300 pounders, everything. Look, not everybody has a Justin Fields or Cam Newton arm strength. Okay, you got to be able to step up in the pocket.
I'm
That
gonna go
man.
one. I'm gonna go one better, Mike. Did y'all see when Kirk got hit on that blind side?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it this way. Our quarterback got hit like he ain't had no injury and came out in one piece. Do you know what that's? Look, I would rather take this ass whooping right here with our quarterback healthy so we can play our division rival next week than to win the game and he on the sideline.
Bro, we crying over inches. We're crying over one play. Y'all really think that one play lost this game? That's a loser's mentality.
It didn't.
You a loser if you think one play lost us this game. You a loser. One play did not lose us this game. Okay, we got to stop that.
And
You talking
Christy,
about a? Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. And Christy's right. She said we kept all three games fairly close, as folks predicted blowouts against the Falcons, and that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. You
I,
wait. You don't think Mahomes and them like, damn, yeah, this ain't the same Falcons. We went toe to toe with injuries. That
yeah, yeah. Like I said, man, I wanted this. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I wanted
Oh
this
no,
one.
shit. I
I
think we
wanted
all
this one.
wanted this shit.
I wanted this one, boy. Damn all that shit. I needed this. But let me go ahead and read off the final numbers to y'all right quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, like you said, we saw. I'm trying to get the full team numbers. They ain't showing nothing right now. But Kirk Cousins ended the game 20 for 29 for 230 yards, one touchdown, one INT. Versus Patrick Mahomes, 26 for 39, 217, two touchdowns, one INT. Carson Steele was the lead rusher for the game, 17 for 72. Um, a couple Samaje Perine. Bijan had 16 carries for 31 yards and one touchdown. Tyler Algier 7 for 32. But this was the kicker right here. Rasheed Rice, 12 receptions on 14 targets for 110 yards and one touchdown.
That man was running the same play. Oh, they kept giving it to him. And Patrick Mahomes, this is why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the best quarterback in the league right now. Because the Falcons kept giving it to him and he kept going to it. And this is why Travis Kelce is such a great player himself, because he wasn't crying and whining and bitching, complaining because he don't have 20 catches.
mm-mm.
It resulted in a win. This is why they about to go for their third. They on there. They going for a third in a row.
Mm,
Like I'm not upset, bro. Like we went toe to toe with the best team and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time right now. So like me, I'm disappointed in the motherfucker, but I'm not upset at all.
Think about it. Week one, we played a team that pretty much their defense is right now is despicable. Okay, we played who? Philly, the most inhospitable place we could go thus far, and then we just played the returning Super Bowl champs.
yeah.
Weeks 1 through 3 ain't been no cakewalk for the Falcons at all.
hmm We haven't
And that
even played some of the worst teams. So look, that's something to look up for, man. Like that really is something to build on.
and think about it. Coming out of these three teams with scrambling quarterbacks, with good defenses, now we got to play two division rivals back to back. That got these Falcons right now. That got these Falcons ready to play the NFC South, whether y'all know it or not.
hmm
Because every team in the NFC South is looking at us like, dang, you see how they played them? They know they ain't coming in, they ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
I will say that not call that no call on Kyle Pitts was like wow.
Yeah,
The whole
that was
world
that
thought
was.
that was demoralizing, to be honest. That was
But but
demoralizing.
but you know what, Mike? I when they did that replay, I see the reason why they didn't call it, and I still think it's bullshit. But y'all basically use Kyle Pitts' size against him because y'all figured, well, hell, if Kyle could reach over the band, he should have been able to hold on to the ball. That's what they look like. But you got the man taking him to the dance, got his head nestled in his chest and stuff, telling him sweet nothings while he's trying to catch the ball. That's what they basically said. Well, Kyle Pitts big enough to catch the ball, he'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh boy. Like I said, that was a tough pill to swallow though. Because like you said, it's right there in your hands. And then like you said, that's the next evolution as far as becoming a team that's got to show some consistency is when you have to make those plays when they're given to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next step.
But here's a bigger question, and I'm gonna pose this to the panel, and I'm gonna pose this to everybody in the chat. What happens when the Falcons get it? Then what? See,
And once they able to get it, like you said, like you said, that's them taking control of their own destiny.
right? This
See,
is
when
this is
you
the
know,
thing.
go ahead.
Yeah, this is the thing. We're complaining about, like I said, small intricate details. What happens when they get it? Then what? What are we gonna complain about now? See,
Mm,
again, y'all keep forgetting. This is a team that is still gelling. It's only week 3. What did we say, Mike? What did we say, K Style? 3 to 5 weeks.
3 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
By week 5, we should know something. By the Tampa Bay game, we should know something.
What this team really is about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about normal for a team like that. But what do y'all take? What did you take out of this game that could be a positive rollover for next week?
That you lost.
That's one of them.
You lost. You lost to the champions. You lost to the champions, and you was right there. That right there is something. It's like getting knocked out by Mike Tyson in the 12th round. The fact that you got to the 12th round against Mike Tyson, the prime Mike Tyson, is something to look. You didn't get knocked out in the first, second. Most people would have got knocked off in the first round fighting a guy like that. So you went toe to toe with the best team in art. It is no doubt that Andy Reid is the best coach in the NFL right now. Those guys know how to win. And the fact that you was literally a couple of catches away from getting it done.
Mm-hmm. That's what you said. One or two plays that changed the game.
Michael Jordan got knocked out by the Boston Celtics, Detroit. He lost time and time and time again to those guys until he finally got it.
Well,
And that's something that you right there. What you always say is one or two plays that change the game. And that's what it comes down. This is why we say the small, intricate details of football. It was win and loses you the game.
mm-hmm. Yeah. The positive things I take away from this is number one, like Mike said, we went toe to toe and lost inches to reigning Super Bowl champs.
Let me ask y'all a question because this is so we can't keep we every time we lose, we say the same stuff over and over again. We say the same stuff. Well, we should have used Bijan more. We shouldn't have used Bijan so much.
No.
Guys had opportunities. Like we said, Kyle got his touchy. Drake got his. Everybody got the ball. It's like how many times are we gonna make this same excuse every time we lose? Every time we lose, we're gonna say Bijan shouldn't have got the ball that much.
Mike, can I back you up on that right quick?
So I just want to know what y'all take on that.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Listen up. They were waiting for Bijan all game. This is what y'all don't understand. Bijan has been pushed out there in the media as that dude. They're planning for him. Giving them more of Bijan is not going to make us win the game any quicker. That's going to get Bijan hurt because they're going to send more people to hurt him. Y'all keep thinking that, we put more Bijan in. No, Bijan, they're going to stop Bijan. The more you put him out there, the more they're going to stop him. Guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to give it to Drake. You're going to have to give it to Pitts. You're going to have to give it to Tyler. Why? Because you can't keep giving the ball to somebody they're expecting. That's like running
Hold
into
on,
a
hold on,
brick
hold on. I
wall.
wasn't clear with I wasn't clear with the question. The question was not because Bijan getting the same. He's getting the same amount of touches that he any other back does in the NFL, and there is a general consensus among I guess Falcons fans that Bijan getting the ball too much. But the thing is, this is why I asked that question because nobody said anything about when Bijan was the reason why we end up scoring that touchdown when he was wide open. You know what I'm saying? He got a wide open because people drew it. So, what do you guys think? Why are people saying Bijan Robinson doesn't need to touch the ball as much?
Why doesn't he, or why does he?
Why doesn't he need to touch the ball? Why he don't need to take touch? Because he's getting the same. He getting the same. He's getting these damn near the same amount of touches every game, just like every other back. Most back will actually get touching the ball more than he is, but for whatever reason, people believe that he's getting the ball.
Too much.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is, every play ain't designed for. Every play is not a run design play. Number one, so he's not going to get the ball as much. Number two, you got other weapons on the field as like what Ray, Drake, Hits. You got other players that are better suited for certain things because why? Defensive coordinators know how to take away your players, and you don't want to burn out your running back. As young as he is, and as fresh as he is, if you keep using him and using him and using him and using him constantly, he ain't Derrick Henry. You're going to get him hurt. That's why we have an offense on a rotation. You don't continuously use the player just because y'all like him. You got to use him in certain situations because the defensive coordinators adjust to the downs. Why you think when we had Arthur Smith, every time they ran Bijan out to the right, who was that? They were blowing him up behind the line of scrimmage. You become predictable. You can't go toe to toe with no Kansas City Chiefs being predictable. I mean, Mike, correct me when I'm wrong, bro. You can't be predictable playing them.
I don't think it was predictable. I think it just didn't work. Because if we want to be honest, look, we got those same big plays from the same plays anyway. So what do we chalk it up for? We get big plays from those same plays, and then we don't make those plays in certain situations. So is it a matter of who getting the ball, or is it a matter of not executed? Because again, several players did not make plays on that situation. Bijan Robinson got hit damn near 2 yards in the backfield. And it is my opinion. I thought Kurt should have audible right there because like you got to know that you don't have enough guys on that. So I thought he should have audible. That's just me.
Well,
That's why you want veteran quarterbacks in that situation to recognize those types of things. Peyton Manning would have recognized. Matt Ryan would have recognized that. I
Right.
thought I thought they had like the whole line was covered over there. If Kirk just said flip the play because they didn't have to run it right there. It's
no,
fourth and inches. You could have got a better play in. You could have recognized what they was doing and say, all right, flip the play.
yeah,
But he didn't. But he still ran the play. So this is why I say it's a matter of execution and it's a matter of coaching and experience. You said this, man. You're never out like a young player would not 9 times out of 10, a more experienced guy is gonna beat youth.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually thought it was a bad play, but I thought it was a bad play because Curtin didn't audible. He didn't recognize it. You should recognize that if you're a coach, if you're a quarterback.
That lets you know that lets you know that he's not fully comfortable in that offense like that. He's not.
So with that being said, do you again? Is this more so about the play, or is more so about the execution that we're upset about it?
Um, I would say execution at this point.
But that kind of goes back to that conversation we had earlier in the week was, is it bad? Is it only bad play calling when it doesn't work?
Right.
Yeah, no, it's execute because it's two parts. It's play calling and execution. The play caller goes out and says, "Okay, this is what we're gonna lay out for you." Any play like this, any play caller can put out a play. If you don't execute it, it's bad anyway because the play caller can't execute it for you. They can only call it. The guys got to go out and execute. If you don't
Hmm.
execute it, it's bad every time. You can get Andy Reid can call 99 good plays, and if Kansas City does not execute them, they're all bad, all of them.
Right. So that's why I'm saying it's like I think we're mad at the players and the players, for calling certain plays in certain situations, but I don't think it's even. I honestly think right now Bijan Robinson is our best playmaker because I saw some things from Drake where like he could have picked up a couple of first downs and he's juking and doing all this stuff instead of going positive, going
Mhm.
upfield.
Yeah,
So let me ask you a question just based on that. And this kind of goes for all three phases of the game. Do, do you feel like in those certain moments, because I know what the moments you talking about with Drake, where it was a couple plays on the sideline where he just stopped running. And I know that last one where he did get the first down, he did some unnecessary juking.
Yeah,
Um, do you think that this was just one of those things where the whole team wasn't focused 100%?
they
go
okay.
ahead, go ahead.
Um, partially because when you saw Drake gave up on the route, like you said, because he thought he was going to get the call, and that
Mm-hmm.
came. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what great coaches do. That's what Belichick did. Great coaches do one thing and one thing only. They do psychological warfare on the team. And Mike, you were saying it while we was in the chat. They make you do stuff you don't want to. They make you second guess what you know. Drake could have caught that ball, but what he was more concerned, but not
Getting
trying,
them
not
trying to
not
get the penalty. He was
right,
so
not
focused on the
trying to
penalty.
make right, not trying to make a mistake, trying to get the penalty. Because what happens is great coaches make defenses play prevent defense instead of aggressive
I
defense. Watch
thought the
this.
game plan was scary. I,
Yeah.
I honestly thought the game plan was scary because they were playing a lot of off coverage
Mm-hmm.
the entire game. And I understand it. It's Patrick Mahomes. But again, Patrick Mahomes, he causes you to be afraid because he's so damn good. And
They
that's
want
all
to
he
get
did. He recognized it. Kill said he recognized the whole game. And all he was doing is just checking the ball down, not doing too much. That's what great quarterbacks do. And this is why I said on that play, I don't think it was necessarily what I would probably I don't know if I would have called the ball at the minute because Dahlman is still our best. I don't trust Noozle, just me personally. He
he-
did a pretty good job, but he's not Dahlman.
yeah.
And they was blitzing them. They were blitzing them A and B gaps the whole time when Dahlman went out.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that would have been the right call either.
He like they knew Andy Reid knew, okay, you ain't been in long enough So you don't know how to settle yourself when you see guys coming at you.
That right there, Warren. That right there. Say
Yeah,
that again.
yeah. Andy Reid, when they went out, I said, "Oh, Andy Reid about to target you too because y'all ain't been in long enough." And
Mm-hmm.
because what you saw from Dahlman is from last season to this season, when your center gets beat, he's got to learn to reset himself, calm himself down so he can focus on doing the best he can to keep his quarterback pocket clean. When
Mm-hmm.
you're a rookie, and he was a rookie in that position, Newsom, it's like, oh gosh, these guys coming at us, bam. Oh, now you shook. You can't protect
Mm-hmm.
the quarterback shook. So now so now Andy Reid, like, yeah, go ahead, hit him again. And you saw later on in the game, News will kind of calm down. So Kirk could kind of get the ball out. And that's part of being a veteran quarterback too. Hey man, calm down. It's all right. Look, you're gonna get beat. These guys, I need you to calm down because I'm not trying
Mm-hmm.
to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
When that O-line calmed down, Kirk was able to throw the ball. But Andy Reid smart enough to know, okay, yeah, them guys is new. Just hit them. Don't worry about nobody else. Hit them. We need to make Kirk uncomfortable. And that's what he did. If you look at them last 4 or 5 passes, Kirk was getting them suckers out in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the guys on the other end were catching them making the plays.
This right here. Chief smelled blood in the water after Dalman and McGarry went down. And
Thank
that's
you,
what I
dude.
said. Like,
Thank you,
that's
dude.
just good coaching.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
So that's why but the thing is they withstood that moment, those moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They still withstood it. Bijan made some plays, Tyler got in, he made some plays. Both of them made plays when they needed to. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this is nothing new with Kansas City. We gotta give them credit, bro. And this is the exact same thing I said about the Steelers. And guess where the Steelers at? 3-0. That defense is on freaking fire right now. Okay. So we got to give good teams they credit. Kansas City been doing this for the last 5 years. Okay.
But you just said something there, Mike. You just said something there. Who do we just play? We played the Steelers, we played Philly, and we
Mm-hmm.
played Kansas City. Steelers is a veteran team. They've been in the playoffs every year, just about.
Mm-hmm.
Philly is a veteran team. They went to the Super Bowl. Okay. Kansas City, former Super Bowl team. Each team that we played weeks 1 through 3 were veteran teams,
Yeah.
veteran squads. They play off of muscle memory. It's a different play when you're playing and you're trying to make sure you're not making mistakes. Their Atlanta Falcons are still thinking. They ain't got second nature in them. Grady has it in them. Judon got it in them. Justin Simmons, Jesse Bates, they got it in them. But as collective, the whole team ain't there yet. You played against 3 veteran teams, 2 of which have been in the Super Bowl recently. This is what y'all got to understand. This is why we say growing pains. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all hate it. Y'all think it's an excuse. It's growing pains. And again, I would say, would you like to have these growing pains or would you like to be the Carolina Panthers? Now, they won today, but would you like to have their organization? Because Andy Dalton only going to be Andy for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm
It's
saying, man?
disappointing, y'all. It's disappointing. Go ahead, kid. My bad.
Like I said, just pretty much at the end of the day, regardless on who did what, who should have did this, and who should have did that, it just goes back to that. It just goes back to what you said. It just go back. It's if you do not take advantage of any opportunity, it's like a boxer. It's like a boxing match. You either off 1 foot or 1 centimeter off your jab,
Mm-hmm.
or you try to go for the haymaker and you miss.
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, that's all you need to know right there.
He missed. He missed. He was lunging at dude, and when he lunged, dude stuck him right in the chin. It's over.
Yep, and it
Exactly.
happened. And it happens. It happens. If the greatest, let me tell you something. A lot of y'all don't even know. Ali, Ali was shaking folks and making them miss and popping them all in the mouth. And Ken Norton had his number. Ali,
That's how
Ali
he
was
beat
paying
George
attention.
Foreman. George Foreman was doing the same thing. He was lunging at Ali, and Ali
Ali was
ducked
tearing
it
him
and
up.
popped right it and popped him right in the jaw. But go
Any
back to what
great
you were saying
person,
about Ken. That's what you were saying about Ken Norton. Ken Norton just had Ali number.
yeah. Ken Norton would have broke his jaws. Why? He just had his number. Ali did too much dancing. Ken called him one good time. Any Tyson got knocked down by a dude whose mom died. Come on now. You would have never
Right.
thought this dude, you would have never
I would
thought this
never saw
dude,
that coming. The
yeah,
whole world didn't see that coming.
knocked him down. Knocked him down. Why? Every great gets knocked down. Every great. But at the same time, 9 times out of 10, no experience is gonna be talent. Every time. Every time. So we not bad. It's 3 weeks in, man. It's
Mm-mm.
3 weeks in. We ain't 0-3. We ain't look, we ain't 0-3 with a mess of injuries. This is what y'all not understanding. I'm looking down the road. I'm looking at games 6, 7, and 8, to be honest with you. I'm looking at games 6, 7, and 8. That's when the week 5 on up, that's when you really gonna see, okay, do we have it, or is it just, is it gonna be next season?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that because like I said, I always want to beat the best, man. You always want to beat the best, and it's just disappointed. It would have did so much for just the fan base in itself to beat Patrick Mahomes in this Kansas City. We beat the world champs, so it's like just not having that, yeah.
But
Yeah, the
but
look on the face, the look, like I said, but this is something to growth. This is something to learn from. Like the look on those guys' faces. That's what I love most about this is because I saw disappointment on the Falcons' face. I've seen Julio Jones and those guys lose before, and they act like they don't give a shit. But you saw
Mhm.
hurt and pain from Drake, Bijan. They was hurt on the sideline because they wanted this
Mhm.
shit. That's what the fuck I.
Yeah.
That's what I. You go back and watch it. They look like they were hurt. Kurt looked like he was hurt when they didn't get the job done. They look like they're so you know that they want it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Like I said, man, it's disappointing that they lost, but like you said, it's actually going right to how I think. Like you said, these first 5 games is gonna say a lot. This is the grind part of the schedule. Like you said, and I said before, they go at least 2-3. If they can at least take one of the next two, they still be in good shape.
What
But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like you said, it's just that having a thought to, like you said, just to see this team prove the world wrong again was
Mm-hmm.
something that everybody was waiting to see. Everybody would have been happy.
Yep.
what but you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I know people ain't gonna agree with me. This loss right here, how unfortunate, is one of the better things that happened to us. Why? Because guess what you don't do? You win this game, and you didn't you win this game, and you on a high after proving the world that you could beat the previous world champ. And guess what you do? You go in the next week taking New Orleans lightly. You going to you play New Orleans next week. Guess what? You're not taking them lightly because now you got to
Mhm.
prove a point. And what that does is that sets the precedent. Because remember, we haven't played anybody in our division yet.
Right.
So now you've not only created hunger, they got a chip on their shoulder. Now they got to play. They gonna give New Orleans hell.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna give New Orleans hell. So all of the mistakes they made in these 3 games, that
Mhm.
goes out the window. Because now they
Ding ding
playing for
ding ding
pride.
ding 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 ding
That
ding
right there.
ding.
And guess what? I would rather them lose to the champions now, and then weeks 9, 10, and 11, when it really counts, we beat the shit out of teams. Because guess what? That's when you on a roll. So
Get on the road while you headed to a possible playoff berth.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you
And
go.
Brian Peoples with the 199 said to beat a man, you got to beat the man.
That's it.
Woo, baby.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Ready for it, baby.
That's it.
Look,
That's it. Because Mike, you and K Styles both, we all know how many times we didn't beat the shit out of a team before we get to the Saints, and then all of a sudden we coming into that game like, yeah, we got this shit, and it don't go that, it don't go that way.
Mm-hmm. They don't go there.
Nah, no, I need my Falcons pissed off. I need them
Mm-hmm.
pissed off because they gonna go in that game, they gonna pay attention, they gonna cut down on the mental mistakes, and they gonna kick ass. It's just what it is. Because y'all got to think, we win our division, we already in the playoffs. The other games are icing on the cake.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I like I said, I don't like blaming refs for when you clearly had opportunities to win. That's a loser mentality, man.
But see, you can't in this game. This was on us. This wasn't on the refs. You
Yeah,
can't
we
blame.
had
See,
opportunity. We had multiple
yeah,
opportunities.
you can't.
mhm.
I was screaming the refs last game because they clearly were doing stuff to trying to keep the Falcons from winning. But
Yeah, yeah. Look,
but
it was
this
some
right
tough
here,
calls and no calls there. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But
yeah. But
it's
this
But
what
we,
still
this how
but,
this
but
is
we
done.
we was the recipient on some calls too. So really,
we
at
Right,
the
were
end of the
we were.
day, at the end of the day, blaming the refs is going to be the easiest thing to do. In order to take the refs out the game, you have to do your damn job.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And we basically did we basically was about to do that because and I'm gonna take K Styles approach. Had we won, would we even give a damn about the refs?
Right. Nobody even saying
Exactly.
that if you're talking about win.
If we if we
Exactly.
if we got that first down, y'all wouldn't have been saying nothing about them damn refs. Them calls wouldn't have been shit.
Right.
Exactly. And just like that, just goes back to the mindset where you talk about the difference between a creative play caller and a good play. But we got a $5 super chat from John St. Clair says adversity that produces success if you're paying attention.
Yep, John hit it on the head. It does because it creates hunger. Because here again, what did we learn from these two losses? We were right there in Pittsburgh, and now we were right there. Nothing pisses a person off more. If you play sports, listen to me. Y'all play sports, throw the red and black in the chat. Nothing pisses a person off more that plays sports than to be right on the brink of winning and don't get it. That pisses anybody off more. That motivates you to win even more because you was right there.
Mm-hmm. This right here, see, I don't like answering questions like this, but since you asked, I think this is again, it's
Hold
I'm
on,
not
hold on,
saying
hold
this is
on.
you, but this is a loser's mentality. It's because you keep focusing on the past. Winners don't think about in the past. They think about what's ahead of them and how they're going to continue to get better. We went toe to toe with the world champs. We were literally a possession away from beating the world champs. Again, what K Styles said, what Warren said, if we get a few calls and we make a few plays, nobody even talking about whether or not Raheem is overrated or Zach Robinson is overrated as a play caller or he needs to be fired. Nobody talking about that. Like it's when you don't get your way is when these types of questions start to come about.
Hold on. He said he wondered is this team really different than last year? Yes,
Uh,
this team is completely different from last year. Like you said, the difference is you have a lot more experience on here. Like you said, if we're just going based just off of this game, or hell, like you said, you can even go back to the first game against Pittsburgh. It's the same story. You gotta do your damn job.
You
You
uh,
gotta
got
do
you
your
got
job.
you gotta do your job. You gotta take advantage of every opportunity. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, even talking with this game. Jesse Bates had an interception he didn't come up with that hit his hands. So did Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes didn't hit on that interception. Boom, boom, boom. Led to some points.
Can I say something about that? Since
Go
since,
ahead.
since we want to talk about if you still thinking this is a team from last year, okay, number one, we gonna skate over the obvious.
And
Arthur
we're
Smith.
not saying you're saying this. It just
In
addressing
Now
the
general.
question.
we're answering the question.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
This is
so
answering the question.
so we're gonna skate over the obvious, Arthur Smith and David Gone and Desmond Ritter. Y'all gotta understand something. You guys, when it comes to needing to win, you look at Kurt as being a veteran quarterback. But when it comes to him as having the skill set to get it done, you're looking at him as not being a veteran quarterback. What you got to understand is this: Kirk Cousins was on Minnesota last season with a bad O line. They do things differently than the Falcons. So he's a veteran quarterback, but he's coming to a new team with a new system with new players around him. Cohesion has to happen. Cohesion has to happen, and everybody got to be on one accord. Guess what's going to happen? You got 11 men out there that think differently.
Mhm.
Veterans, rookies, second year, third year. All of them
This
have
right
to
here
think
too.
as one organism, and you can't. Everybody's not always going to be on the same page, and we
This right.
can't see. We
This right
can't see.
here. We're scoring touchdowns in the red zone now. We weren't scoring touchdowns in the red zone under
Mhm.
Arthur like that. We
Right
kicked a ton of field goals. Okay, I
now,
think
right.
Young Way Cool knows that. Okay,
Young Way Coop kicked one field goal tonight.
Mike, let me ask you a question. Is this Zach Robinson's first time doing the play calling?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Now, you have a guy that's just now his first time doing the play calling. Guess what? He has a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
On a new coaching staff with a new head coach. It's a learning curve. And just because y'all go into the game and see these close games, that lets you know it's not the same team because we weren't hold. If this would have been the Falcons from last season, we wouldn't have been holding nobody to no low scoring game, especially not no field goals. You can forget that. Pittsburgh would have ran all over us. We didn't even have half the guys on the defense we got now. So y'all got to understand this team is still figuring it out in small increments. To hold Pittsburgh to field goals, to hold Mahomes and them to just 22 points, to be able to beat Philly in Philly the way we did after the game was already theirs, that's an improvement on 100. Look at all the games we lost last season with Desmond Ritter and Arthur Smith, and put that team against these three teams this season, and tell me, do we have the same outcome?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nowhere close. Nowhere close.
I think we should go ahead and wind it down. Get sleepy on the motherfucker.
Yeah. Look. I just realized it's 12:30. So we gonna be well. Like I said, we gonna be back at it, man. Like I said, man. Look, it's disappointing. I think everybody disappointed, and it's disappointing that you didn't beat the Super Bowl champs, man. Like I said, I think everybody wanted that, and that's the true mark of a champion when they know everybody trying to take them out and they can still find a way to win. That right there is the true mark of a champ. So,
Yeah.
and as
So
far as Troy being bad, Troy is not an inside linebacker. I just want everybody to know that he's not an inside linebacker. That's why you put him in on the outside. Nate Lamon has been our guy. That's why we signed him. He is the middle linebacker. He's the signal caller for a reason.
Mhm.
So last statement, Kim.
Like you said, man, we go have to swallow this pill. Like you said, just go ahead to move on. It's officially hate week this week.
Woo.
Um, like you said, man, you just gotta take care of business. Like you said, now the Falcons are about to go into the division part of their damn schedule, so they're gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
take care of this division.
Mm-hmm.
You lost
Mm-hmm.
the two. Like I said, you think about it. You lost the two AFC teams. As
AFC
far
team.
as
Mm-hmm.
far as tiebreakers, that's one of the last things you have to think about when it comes to a tiebreaker. So,
Right.
well, like I said, Falcons will be all right, man. Like you said, they just have to learn now. Like whatever opportunity comes to you, you better snatch it. You better snatch it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
One.
I'm still confident. So I'm good.
We we gonna be fine. We gonna be fine. I mean, let's be honest. Last season we was 3-0. We was 3-0 by this time. We was cruising. We were 3-0. Remember that now. Last season we was up. Our schedule was
I
good.
don't
We
even
was up.
remember. I don't even remember what I read was. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
take your
yeah. We
word.
in the division we was up. We was up, and you see how progressively near the end of the season it fell apart. So if they're getting a rocky start to their season, that should tell you something. By the time we get to the end of the season, we should be on our way to the playoffs. We'll be
Okay,
fine.
so
Yeah, we just gotta do our job, man.
mm-hmm.
Look at that. We come out by week 5 and we got Tampa Bay and New Orleans under our belt. We good. We good, man.
So with that being said, like I said, we'll be right back at it tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Depending on how I feel, I may do a Mad Mike in the morning and kind of expand on this. But like I said, man, I hope everybody have a good night. I'm hungry and I need to lay down in the bed my dang on self because my back hurt. I sound old saying it, but my back hurt. I need to stretch my back out.
I'm tired from my
I
daughter,
need some
my
of that
son's
bend over
birthday.
energy, I guess. Juan.
You know what? We're gonna talk about that off,
I'm
yeah, off
just
camera.
joking. I'm
Yeah,
just joking, y'all. All right, I'm just joking.
yeah.
All right, so ain't no Diddy over here, okay? Ain't no Diddy stuff happening over here. All right,
No
so
mayonnaise either.
no mayonnaise, and no Diddy, and no baby oil, okay? We don't do that over here, okay?
Not
So
the
with that
Johnson,
being
baby.
said, hey man, I appreciate it. Like I said, man, that's what we do over here, man. We have conversations, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. This is what we do. We're going to continue to do that. So, like I said, man, it's fine. We'll get it together. We doing the right things, and we're gonna continue to do the right things. With that being said, I'm gonna end the K style about yawn about 15, 20 times already in the last 10 minutes. So
You gotta think about it. I'm used to getting up and go to work at 3:30,
and
three
3:30.
thirty in the morning.
And he
Well,
ain't got
Wow.
to go nowhere. So Kev, he got a strict sleeping schedule, a resting schedule, I should say.
Hey man. But look, hey man, look, thank you guys for tuning in. Listen, make sure you check out Mad Mike Sports. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Six Man K. Make sure you subscribe to Mr. Tactician 78 on YouTube and be ready for some shorts because they are coming. So hey, it's hate week. Let's get them skanks.
Look, if I'm gonna talk about Justin Fields, somebody gonna have to pay for it. I'm not talking about nobody who's not a Falcons fan. All right, if you don't got a Falcon question. If you ain't pay for it, I'm not volunteering to talk about Justin Fields because I have no reason to talk about him.
Might care about no Justina.
All right, we
he
on to
said
the
he said
next
he
one.
yeah he said he wants you to talk about Justin Fields because he wants to declare him as the MVP of this. He's gonna be the 2024 MVP.
Look,
That's
that
his
man.
that's his declaration for us. He wants Justin Fields to be the MVP this year, so he can throw it in our face.
We know, we know.
Look.
Mhm.
We're not about to do. We're not about to bend the knee over here. I'm sorry. It's too
Yeah,
late.
Mm.
I don't,
Look, you
I
gonna have to
don't,
pay for that. You gonna have to pay for those.
You won't bend
$1,
the.
$1.99 or something. $1.99, $2.99, $3.99, whatever. You got to pay for that. So, with
Mm,
that being stated, man, like I said, man, we appreciate it and
uh,
got none but love for all the people that continue to support us over here. And that's all I got to say about that, man. Peace.
for y'all pants up.
Oh Lord.